Hey everyone, uh, welcome back to Through Hell or High Water. This is video number 5. In case you've missed my other ones and you want to look back, I wanted to give you a number for each one so they're easier to track. Each video is really just based off of things that the Lord is speaking to me in order for me to give it to you throughout this grieving process that I've been going through since the loss of my daughter. I pray constantly that God will continue to use me through my brokenness. A lot of times in the Bible, when we look back, we don't, actually, not even a lot of times, say almost all the time. When Jesus walked this earth, he walked with people that were broken and had went through really hard times. Also, that were sinners, and we're all sinners, every last one of us. But using the brokenness that we go through, taking that and turning it into an energy that God can use, is powerful. It's really powerful. A lot of people, can look at this story and see how horrible and tragic it is, and it's my worst nightmare to live it, to lose a child in the way that I have. To have her taken from me and her children is just the worst scenario that I could think of. But I haven't lost my faith in any of it. I don't let my faith waver, because I know that's what the devil would want. And I know that in bad times, many people turn from God. And I'm not going to tell you that there hasn't been times where I'm angry and I tell God, I'm angry. Why wasn't she saved? Why wasn't she healed? Why wasn't she? Because I know that it could have all been done. And there's times where I go to him and I tell him, I'm not okay. I'm mad. I'm angry. I want this fixed. Why wasn't it fixed? And but I also let go of that anger as much as possible, and I pray through it, and I ask for peace, and I start to seek out the positive, and I start to say thank you for the 29 years I had. Thank you for the 2 grandchildren that I get to see her legacy live on through. Thank you for every moment and memory that I have with her. And so I think it's important to try really hard to dig through whatever it is that you go through and find that silver lining in it. And that's hard. That's a hard thing to do. It's just something that I have to do in order for me to heal and for me to grieve and get through this. Another thing is that the main purpose in today's video is really to talk about help. And the word help is hard. I'm not one to ask for help. I don't like to get help. I'm very strong-willed. I'm sure most of you guys can tell. I try really hard to just say, hey, I can do it all myself. I'm usually the one that's the fixer. So when I see a problem, I want to fix it. I want to help people. I don't like to see anybody hurting. I really, truly, that's my mission, I feel like, is to just be there for other people. So when it comes to me receiving that help, I'm not good at that. I'm sure many of you guys have been following my videos, and when I had to come to the reality that, we have to sell our home while in the middle of all of this other stuff that's going on, and then I reached out for help. The backlash was so hard, and it was almost like a kick in the face, because it was like, yes, there's so many people that are eager and willing to love, but those few that say such harsh things don't realize the impact that they make on people. A lot of people there's very little compassion in some hearts, and their words can affect you even when you do think that you're strong and you're protected in those areas. And with somebody like myself who doesn't ask for help finally does, that's huge. And so during this time that my daughter passed, and I have taken on 2 kids, and we have her dog, and then in just the financial stresses of it all, asking other people to do anything for me is really hard. I have people call me all the time and say, "What can we do to help you? What do you need?" And I'll be honest, it's been 5 months and I still don't know what I need. Um, Usually, what I need is just a quiet moment to just get my thoughts together or sit in the tub, like yesterday's video. Self care is really what I need, is just that time to be able to grieve, because I do stay very busy with the children, and they don't go to school. I homeschool them. I also work a job as a children's ministry director, and we run a plumbing company. And so we stay very busy. And so, just what do I usually need is just that calm moment to reflect on what's going on and how I can process everything the best way possible. And I suggest that's something that you do as you go through something, is just take that moment of, hey, let me take this in for just, even if it's 15 minutes, let me see what can I do to help myself get through this. And in reaching out to people, be careful. Guard your heart on what you're doing, because when you do ask for help, be ready for that rejection or backlash from people seeing you as weak, or seeing you as um, even sometimes like faithless, or they see you as going against what your own belief system is, or oh well. And it's astonishing what people think. I think some people are so hurt from their own lives that maybe they've asked for help and they didn't receive it, or maybe they ask for help all the time and so people aren't as kind. But show people some compassion and generosity, and understand that not everybody's coming from the same place. Sometimes your help could just be, hey, can you just keep the kids for an hour if you have kids in your home? Sometimes that help can be just sitting with you. It doesn't even have to be doing anything. It can just be sitting near you. Sometimes just the silence and the comfort of somebody else is important. Sometimes that help is going to come in so many different ways. Sometimes you just, if you're going through something really tough and you just needed a meal brought to you, tell somebody. Just say, hey, I just need dinner brought tonight. I just can't pull it together to do that. It could be things like that. Or how about if you look at the people around you and evaluate what you think that help would be, instead of asking, because most people, like myself, don't like to tell people what we need. So if you evaluate and you say, hey, you just call that person up and say, hey, I'm going to drop off dinner, or hey, I'm going to drop off a cup of coffee and just sit with you for a little bit, or whatever it is. Evaluate it on your own. Most people are going to be very, very appreciative if you do that. I am, even though I'm in my hardest time right now, I still worry about the people around me and what they need. And I always will. And I always will just be there for them. And if they called me right now and they said, hey, Jamie, I need this or this or this, I will be right there. I will help them all, because that's who I am. I want to thank all of you guys for listening each day. I hope that these words of encouragement help you see through my stories how to help others. I hope you see how the grieving process can go, and a different outlook on it. And I'll be back on here tomorrow. So we'll see what God's topic will be then. I never even know till I wake up. So we'll see what he's got to tell me tomorrow. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Bye now.